Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Vancine Ignited for Christ. This is where I share about God so that at least one soul may be saved. Now, as you can see, I have visitors. I have two lovely ladies with me. My mother, Jennifer McDonald, and my sister, Kadeen McDonald, right? They will be doing an extension of the last video I did where we talk about motherhood and handling stress and just creating a balance in terms of what we can do to ensure that we're maintaining ourselves as an individual and our self-care and taking care of us. So I have a few questions that I want to jump um into so that we can discuss. But just before I do that, I mentioned their names, but I wanted to just share a little bit about them. We're all mothers. We've all worked, but we want to look at it from different spectrum. So I have my mother who is basically retired right now. Woohoo! No more working for her.
Shami.
And you have my sister who is in her prime, just like me. Two toddlers. Um,
Come in my
Yes, you are in your prime. Um, two toddlers,
Woo!
married and all of the works. And mommy who, have two side of it. She has been a single mom and also from a married perspective, having a husband to do the wifely duties as well. Myself has done both versions of it as well. So we want to share from that perspective. All right, so let's get in because I know that I can sometimes talk a lot. So let's get into it. So, my first question, my son is fighting me to open the door.
So I paused the video because I wanted to give you a heads up. There will be a giveaway at the end, so stay tuned. All right.
My first question is, how do you find the right balance between the demands of your work and mommy? You can look back in terms of when had to do it from a work perspective. Kadeem, you're doing it right now. Like, how do we balance the demands of work and our family life? What's some sort of strategies that you use, whether they fail or they succeed? What does that look like? Um, I'm going to ask Kadeen. You can go first.
Me? well, to answer that question, I will say, to be honest, I haven't really found the balance as yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I have tried different things. One of which is I try to stay at work because I'm a teacher for those who don't know. Um, I try to stay at work and get my work stuff done at work. I try
Okay.
so that when I get home, I can focus on the kids because having toddlers, they need you for every single thing.
Yep.
Um, they are just getting to the stage where they're independent enough where I can say, take off your shoes or put your clothes on. But they are still in need of mommy, 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 mommy for everything. And even though I have a husband, I'm home with them most of the time because, I'm the one that does the picking up and the dropping off. So when he comes home, they're pretty much already
Sure.
taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, trying to do work at home. I mean, at
School.
school, so that when I get home, I have the time for them.
And I can relate to
Yeah.
that, Kadeen, because, being before I go to mommy, because being in corporate, y'all know my job is very demanding. So I try to have a cutoff time where I'm saying, okay, I finish at 7. No, mind you, and only while it work, right? But
Definitely not.
but we try to have a cutoff time to say, all right, I have to cut off at 5, for example, and then I have to go and get my son, and then dinner and all of that stuff, homework, and then start it all over again. So you have to have a plan. You have to have a cutoff time. And something that you said that is key is the fact that in you're still trying. it's being a
Mm,
woman in this day and age, never give up on yourself. Because some people just feel like, well, you know, work today, so me just not gonna do it. We have to just keep on trying and know that it's not going to
mm,
always work out one day, but the next day I'm going to do it again. All right, mommy,
that's right.
ready?
Yes, well, for me, starting out when I was a single mom, I at that time my work was in the garment factory where I sew, and we used to have to go to work from like 7 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, having two children and not having a vehicle to take them to school or anyone. I would have to get them ready and move on to work. Come home. When I come home, I have to be cooking. Sometime in the morning, I have to be washing before I go at 7 o'clock in the morning. And it was like a busy, busy, hustling life. And where am I? There was no me, just the children, the children, the children. And mommy's out. I didn't think of myself at that time because all it was about children. And
Mm,
then I continue and I got married and then I started having more children. So I end up with 5 children. And the life still get busy, but even on Sundays were the little time that I think that I have for myself and my children. And I would sometimes I would bake with them and they would help along. And that was the only little time that we have together. Sorry, for myself and for the kids. But I enjoy being a mother. So to me, life is just good, even though it is struggling and worrying about kids. So as a
mm.
single mother going over to a woman with husband and children, boy, that the time it get worse. But I cope with it. I enjoy being a mother. Just enjoy being a mother. I love my girls. I love my 2 boys, and I I don't reach more than high school in my education, but I swear that they should go further in theirs. So even when I don't understand what they are doing, I would put them down with their books and said, "Come and do your work," so that they could be better off. And today I am proud. They all have careers.
Mm.
I hear
And
you.
mommy, when you talk about garment factory, I remember when this is something that's always in I always remember this. When we go to school, we have to go to school very early because mommy have to go to work. So Ricky and I used to go to a school name Endan School. We're right
Yeah.
name. Let me bring all age.
Yes.
I don't remember,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
So
cool.
we used to go school before even the gate open. But I think what happened with the lifestyle that we live, we kind of gain a certain level of independence as children.
Mm.
So we weren't scared, to do. Mommy we used to have to help out around the house, and I think as a woman, those things help us out because now we know how to cook, clean, and all these things because we learned it at an earlier age. So I guess that was the balance for mommy.
Yeah.
We have to help out, while because she have to do work at work and then work at home. So
Hmm.
that kind of help balance out everything. But
Yeah.
it benefited us in the long run.
Something that, mommy said, and two, I remember I mean, sometimes as mothers and as parents, we want more for our children than what we got. So she always
Mm.
said to me, do your best. So you're supposed to do your homework. She demand that you do your homework. She might not know exactly how to do the homework to say that right, that's wrong, but make sure you do your homework. Make sure you put out your best. And I always remember that. So it's something that I take in my adulthood right now. Just always put out your best at whatever you're doing. So for the mothers out there that are listening to this and you are hearing from different perspective, we're sharing from a human being perspective. We're not giving you cookie cutter kind of a solution, but just the little things. So the time that she had was on Sunday. And I try to use my Sundays. Sometimes I go for drives with my son or just a walk. Just that time where you spend with them, they remember that. And that little time that you get just to clip your toenail and have a nice little bath. I make sure on Sunday if I don't bathe good all through the week, on the weekend, I'm spending an extra time in the bathroom to make sure that you feel, you get back your little womanly vibe, about it. So those are some good tips, some practical tips. And we're not sugarcoating it, which is awesome. So I'm gonna jump to the next one because I'm mindful of our time. um
Mhm.
so, I know that as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, there are some challenging times and some rewarding aspects of it, especially when you're raising your child. Now, how we kind of dived into this, but how have you learned to navigate the ups and the downs as a mother, as a parent, especially in this world? Like things are different now than what we knew. Kedinia mentioned going to school early without the gate opening. Things are a little bit different now because we would want to do that with our children now. So, how have we learned to navigate the ups and the downs, basically, of parenthood? Mommy, you want to? Oh,
Um,
Kadian is gonna take this one.
navigate. I'm trying to understand the question to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. So you are asking me, how do I manage the challenges that come with parenthood? Is that what
Ma'am,
the question is? Okay. So the challenges in itself is, this is my personal opinion as a mother. When you become a mother, it's no longer about you. It is now about the kids.
me will
So
fight
that's
that one
one
there.
big
No, but
challenge.
I'm not gonna fight it today. But go ahead.
Yes, it is. That's my opinion. I believe that, and I'm not saying that you're totally losing yourself, but you have become somebody. Somebody's now depending on you, and the way you used to operate, you no longer can operate that way. You now have to think about others. So that was a challenge for me. I've kind of somehow navigated that in the sense that I try to balance out some time for myself as well. So in the mornings, I have to bring them to school. We relocated from where we were living. So before where we were, it was just one drop off, one pickup. We go to the same place, we come home. Now I have to actually drop them off and pick them up. So we kind of lose my train of thoughts. Sorry.
So the ups and the
But
downs. What are the ups and downs?
right. So the ups. So that is a challenge for me because my new job starts at 7,
Or how do
and the
you
school that they
navigate
go
the
to.
ups and downs? Sorry, like how you deal with the ups and the downs of the
The good and the
challenges.
bad.
Yeah.
All right. So yes. So what I've tried to do is I try to find time for me. And again, I have to appreciate my husband, what he does sometimes, because sometimes I feel like I need a moment for
Mhm.
myself so that I can, restart. Because that, as I said before, it's a challenge in itself to have other people depending on you, like literally all the time. So that is one of my biggest challenges. However, what my husband does sometimes, he'll just take them and they go and take a drive, and I get that moment to just relax, breathe, and then come again. So that's one thing that I've done. And then sometimes it's just have fun with them because that's all they want, for you to just spend some time with them. And that's
Yeah.
one way to literally navigate the issues, the challenges. So when you feel like, you're being bothered, no, you're not. They just need a moment with mommy. So you give them that moment and that works out. And as Christians, you have to actually depend on God for the strength that you need to go through each and every day. I hope I answered the question correctly because
Yeah,
I feel like I
and
feel.
the fact that you said, your husband chips in, and just give you your time. So that's something too. We
Mhm.
need a community. We need to accept help. There are some mothers that they don't want to, that guilt syndrome that you You take the
Mhm.
time to separate yourself and get some time, but yet you just feel a little way like, oh no, where's the child? But you take that time to breathe. So I do believe that you answered in your own way. What are you play with your children. That's a downtime where you're not only bonding with them, but
Mhm.
you're actually separating yourself from the various demands of your life. And then I think the
Right.
third one that you mentioned is the fact that you lean on God, which is ultimately what we need to do in every aspect of our lives. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, mommy.
Yes, I am more like you, taking time for myself. I like to dress up. Even though I have my children and they demand my time, and being a wife and a mother, we have to have enough time with ourselves and enough love, because your husband will get jealous at time you spending all the time with the kids,
When
not spending any time with them. Yes. So you have to have it in your heart to I am the wiser one here. You have to have it in your heart to spend some time with your husband along with the children.
mm-hmm.
So that cannot take everything from you. You have to be giving them attention. You have to be giving the children them attention. Then where are you? So the only thing that I have for myself is to dress up. So I love to buy clothes and dress myself up and feel good about myself, because I don't have anything else. I don't go anywhere. I never used to go anywhere but church and back home with the children and stuff. So, but now when the children get older and are on their own, now the time is my time, and I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest, because they are big and they're out of. They don't leave me completely, because now is the time that I need to pray for them. I pray like prayer is going out of style. So I will
Mm-hmm.
always pray for them. And I want to encourage some mother what I did with my girl child when I used to comb their ear. They don't know it. But I prayed education into their head. When I was when I and that's real. When I was combing their ear, I asked the Lord to make them wise. I asked the Lord to help them to be brilliant in the world, so they can be whatever they want to be, and to help them to accept the Lord. And by God's grace, all of them accept the Lord. So they don't know what is going on over their head, but you're plaiting their ear and you're combing up saying, witnessing in their head and telling the Lord what to do with them. And He will do it, because He has done it for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
she
Yes.
you
went
do.
into she went into my two other questions, which is to give an advice. But I want to backtrack and just add to the for those of you who know that I love to dress up, see where we get it from, the source. But find
Mhm.
one thing, because in this world, life really no, and we know that we're not rich people, so you don't have the money for
No.
the nanny and the living help and all of that. So
Okay.
if it's even to find one thing that you love, that you are saying, I choose this for me, and Kedin says it. Yes, there's not a lie to what she says, in that, you give up. You have to know, think about somebody outside of you that depends on you, because they can't live without you. But you have to keep a little piece of your heart for yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from a dry cup. You have to ensure that you balance it out, where, as mommy says, she makes sure, so she buy clothes, and that's her little happiness right there. So when she dress up and feel good, everybody else get from that. You have to pour in, and most of all, we have to find time to spend with God, because no two children are the same. Every child is different. So Kedwin have two, and they have two different personality. I have one, and him have two different personality. Mommy have
And
family,
it's one.
and me no know how she do it with the whole heap of with different personality. But just you need God to tell you that, okay, this one I can rough him, that one I need to love her, and so on, so that way you know how to handle, how to deal, know when to take time away from them, and know when to say, all right, I need to lean in and give. So one follow up, and then I'm going to just an advice, and I'm gonna mix them, give an advice, but I want it to be more from a mental perspective, because being a mother, I think it's more mental than physical in a lot of aspect. We have to be strong. We have to be strong when kids are crying. Sometimes the kids buck the toe. You yourself feel it in your belly button, but you can't sit down and cry with the baby. You have to take them, bandage the wound, and whatever decisions you need to make, right? You're the CEO of their lives. So how, from a mental perspective, like how do you, or how are you actively working on that? Because for me, it's an active thing. It's not something that me just fix and that's it. I have to every day feed my mind and make sure my mind is in the right place. But how do you do it? How have you done it? What have you tried? And that's gonna be the final question, and we wrap up.
Me don't know the question.
Mental, Jesus, Kedin.
Sorry.
Mental.
I will answer
Me
and
just
then
a
she
me
will
love
understand.
talking about damn. All right, so mental health. So what advice do you
What
have?
is the advice? What
Yes,
is the
for what have you done for yourself? If you want to share something from your perspective, and then to the people that's listening, like how you go keep your mind in check. That may I say. Cool.
Go
Yes,
ahead,
Kelly?
mommy.
Mommy says she will answer.
All right. When remember my growing up children is in the past. So in the past, having a lot of you say you don't know how I do it. My neighbor, I can call her name, Sister Brown. She don't have any problem with that. She always said, Miss Merle, how you do it? When I am ready to rest, I am resting. And the children will be outside playing and making noise, and I am resting. Because if you don't do that, you will go cuckoo. Your mind will leave you. So you have to have time when you do business. They are not going to die. There's no king in the yard for them to damage themselves. So let them run and play and make noise.
All right, guys. Do apologize. We had some technical challenges, so we're gonna do over our last question to close this video.
Yes, I was saying that I rest at home. When the children were small and they're making noise outside and all of that, I would lay down and I don't care about the noise. I just rest because if I don't do that, then I am putting myself in trouble because I am tired by the work that I go out to do and at home and with them.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you just make sure that nothing is in their way and you are getting your rest, and when you rest, then you can deal with them. Even my neighbor, she always said, Miss Brit, the children are making noise and you are sleeping. If I am sleeping, you can lift me and carry me anywhere. I am sleeping, I'll rest. And that helped me not to lose my mind with
Awesome.
growing children.
Yeah. So you prioritize rest and reset. Yes, Kelly.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and I had mentioned that I had come to the point where I actually felt like I was losing it because I wasn't prioritizing rest. I was prioritizing the kids and getting stuff done because everything in life, everything almost has a deadline. Like work has a deadline, this has a deadline. I got to comb this here, I got to do this, I got to do that, and then I was feeling drained and tired and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, I started making use of the time that I was receiving. When my husband would take the kids out of the house, I would literally just take that moment, watch a movie, and actually get my chore done. Because sometimes I just want to get the work done. And if they're not there, then I'm able to focus and get it done on time. And as well as talking on the phone with my family and my friends. That is like me. You get a moment to just laugh and enjoy yourself. Just chat with your friends and family and just relax. That alone sometimes just get your mind off. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's a mental break for you, just talking with your friends, getting a good
Yes,
laugh
yes.
in. Yeah. So
Yep. All right.
right now I have to come and hide away. But here the hiding place is not working out.
My hiding place not working either, cause I guess because we just have to be transparent, guys. This is real life. We're in three different locations, so I mean, and we have our children. Kylan just came as well, so I know, and we've been doing this for a while, cause the devil is fighting this video, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna push it through. But rest and reset. Get help wherever, excuse me, get help from your friends, your family, talk to people. And just being real, we don't always get it right. We sometimes have our moments where you know you feel a certain way, but it's important get up and you try again the next day. It's important that you know that you're not alone. And as I close this one, I want to thank my mother. Thank you, Kedin, my sister, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and to share with my audience, your real life stories, your real situations, and how we cope and how we manage as a mother, as a woman, as a wife, in this day and age. Now, before I go, I want to say two things. One is dun da da da. For the first mother that is able to comment and share two things that they learned from this video and will be applying to their lives, I have a gift for you. I will be putting my information on here, email address, so you can reach out to me. That way, we will figure out how you'll get your gift. So that's the first mom that's able to comment two things that they learned, and will be applying to their lives. And then the final thing is for everybody, share the video, like the video, comment on the video. This is how the YouTube algorithm works. So if you like the video and you want somebody else to see it, if you want to share it with a friend or a family member, go ahead and do that. Thank you guys so much. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
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 Just stop